This is Owen McKendry for ESBR Boxing. Delighted to be joined here in Leicester by Dalton Smith. Dalton, first off, how are we and looking forward to the action tonight?
Yeah, good as always. I've had quite a bit of a boxing trip the last couple of weeks, so it's always good to fit some more shows in and also be here supporting my teammate Lerone Richards.
And firstly then on Lerone Richards, been out the ring for a while, was meant to have that big fight for Zach Shelley. How big a night is this in making his comeback in what's been well over a year now?
I think it's going to be great for Lerone, actually just to get in there, get back active again. He's been inactive through, no fault of his own, but sometimes that's boxing. He stayed professional, stayed in the gym, and kept working at his craft. And tonight's where he can push on and get that momentum going again. But what a talent Lerone is.
And it's an old cliche that it's steel sharpens steel and iron sharpens iron. In a case of the names you've got around in the gym, how good is it to have these sort of, like, say, yourself, Lerone, Sonny, all bouncing off each other?
But that's it, as the sayings go, proof's in the pudding. Iron sharpens iron, and success breeds success, and that's what's happening. And you see the talent what's coming through our gym, and through the originals like me, Sonny, Junaid, Boston, all the other fighters who have come. It just shows the talent. We thrive off each other, and there's no egos in the gym, so I want Lerone to do just as well as I'm doing, and that's what it's about.
And then before we move on to yourself, Sonny making his debut under the Matchroom banner soon. It's a bit of a stable within the sort of the Matchroom themselves. How good is it to have Sonny under the Matchroom stable?
It's going to be good, and we're going to be able to fight on each other's cards now if it works. Obviously with my dad and having time to get the fighters, but if we can get on some of the same shows, that's what we want. Share the nights together, and yes, now Sonny's under Matchroom. There's going to be some big fights out there for him.
You've got that big night coming up in Sheffield on July the 1st. How good is that going to feel? Hometown, headline, big card, a good fight with Sam Maxwell. He made his comeback, I believe, when you fought Billy Allington at the O2. So how good is that going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. Me and Sam know each other from the amateurs, and Sam's a good fighter. This is a big fight, big opportunity, and probably the opportunity Sam needs. If he loses his fight, where can he really go after that? So, I'm going to expect the best Sam he's been as a professional, and he's going to need that. He's going to need to be the best Sam. But a fight I'm looking forward to, and we're going to put on a great night for Sheffield.
You've previously been quite vocal about, in your interviews, with going the traditional routes, obviously English, British, as your current British. Will it be world title next, or would you be looking to defend the British for a further fight?
I think the world titles will be, pushing on towards the end of next year for me. So, I would say one fight at a time. I've got a British title to capture first, get a job done in style, and then, we'll move on maybe to European, see if there's any international titles there, for the world, like you said, world title eliminators, push on towards those. But I don't look past that. I've got a British title to capture first, and then we'll think about that after.
On your last fight, obviously with Billy Allington, you was brutally honest, and it was brilliant to see that. Obviously, you said you was ill, but you did overlook him. How excited are you to get back in and put a show on to obviously put the doubters wrong?
Yeah, like you say, sometimes you can't win. Sometimes whether you go 12 rounds, you shouldn't be getting people out there, or if you're getting people out there, you should be fighting better opposition. So, I take the positives from it. I got my last two fights, I've got the rounds in, which I needed. The rounds are what I needed. But like I said, this next fight is the fight I needed. Get that spark there, and one where I get excited about it. And you're going to see a completely different Dalton Smith on July the 1st.
And then the big nights are going to keep coming for yourself, like you say. What's the possibilities of a big night at Bramall Lane?
Hillsborough is Hillsborough Stadium, yeah. That fight, the stadium's there. The club want me there. I want to be there. The fans want me there. It's just about me to keep on winning, putting big performances in, and then next year, 18 months, maybe we can get a big night at Hillsborough.
One thing I do have to ask you about, so you've got your big night headlining, Adam Azim's got his big night headlining, York called. Is that a fight you'd be interested in?
Of course, obviously Adam's at a different stage of his career than I am at the minute. But of course, I want Adam to keep doing well. Adam's a great fighter, and as long as we keep on winning, that's going to be a potential big fight in the future.
And how long down the line, obviously, you're at, like, say, different stages of your career, you're British level, Adam's still coming up, taking step by step. How further down the line, do you think that would be a possible fight?
Fights like that, put a major title on the line. You know, that's when they make sense. But like I say, I'm at a different stage in my career to Adam at the minute. But you know, as long as we keep on winning, it's a big potential fight there.
And then Dalton, final one from me. A message ahead of you at your big night?
Tune in July the 1st. It's going to be a big night.
Dalton Smith, thank you very much for joining us.